Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome to Hazards and Hijinks, the interactive tabletop fantasy role-playing improv comedy show. That's right, we're back. It's Monday night, and we are ready to rock and roll some dice. Thank you so very much for joining us here on Twitch. We know you could be anywhere in the world, and we are so very happy you are here with us. My name is Hero, and I am your dungeon master for the evening. Boy, howdy, do we have a great show for you. Now, Captain Good and Plenty explained the basic rules of the show, so I'm just going to jump right into the specifics for tonight. Tonight, we went to our audience and we asked what kind of adventure you want us to create. We said, what kind of quests do you want us to go on, and what kind of monster would you like us to encounter? And by an overwhelming number, like, we're getting those polls huge. So thank you very much, everybody in the community for playing along and voting. We got the Grand Prix. That's becoming a recurring favorite. So we will be having a race at some point in this show. The heroes, should they succeed at the race, they will earn themselves that level achievement. Also, we said, what kind of monster would you not want to encounter in a desert? And y'all picked the Blue Dragon, a very apt choice for all of you D&D nerds. So that's exactly who they're going to be facing in a desert, a blue dragon. So thank you very much for that. If they manage to defeat the dragon, if they manage to win the race, they will earn themselves 3 level achievements, getting them that much closer to their next level. Ooh, how exciting. All right, now that I got that out of the way and subtly reminded you all to follow our Twitter, where you can participate in these polls yourself, I'm going to do my favorite part of the show, the part where I introduce our players for this evening, starting out with everyone's favorite black belt. Put your hands together for Yotsuya as Bricen Margaritaville, the orc monk.
Hi, I am so excited to be here. I'm a little worried about being in the desert because I know that's not a lot of liquid and I don't carry much water on me. Also, I'm having trouble training my beautiful boy down here, but it's fine. I'm sure we'll be fine. It's going to be a great show.
Well, don't hide everyone's favorite new mascot of the Cool Adventures. Let Brandon Freyshark say hi to everybody. Yes. Tell us what you think of Brandon Freyshark in the chat. If we should make Brandon Freyshark t-shirts. That's the next big question I want to know. All right, up next, everyone's favorite emo elf boy. Put your hands together for Nico Dinisi as Veryl Dryadalis, the elf berserker.
I don't know about emo. It's more like I'm a pragmatist.
Yeah, that's definitely not an emo answer. All right. Up next, everyone's favorite pragmatist. Put your hands together for Jessamyn Prince as Mildreth Mildew, the human wizard.
Yes, no, I'm very pragmatic. I think things through a lot. I don't understand what that dig was supposed to be about. It's just about obsessively making sure that you've thought of every possible scenario, especially the negative ones, so you're prepared.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No digs. We're going to the desert for a completely different reason. And finally, after a long sojourn alone in the wilderness, we managed to gather him back up, get him just sober enough to get in front of a camera. So put your hands together for Brandon Burns as Michael Richardson, the human hunter.
It's a pleasure to be back here, voice in the sky. How you been?
I've been good. I like the hotel room you got going for yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's a nice little place. Cost a pretty penny, but it's well worth it, you know.
Yeah, and it looks like you got a new eye patch. It looks like you're taking pretty good care of yourself.
Of course, you got to take care of yourself. It's about time, you know.
I guess in your case, it certainly is. All right, now that we've gathered our players together, we are ready to get the adventure started. So let's start, as we always do, with a hearty huzzah, and please join in if you feel so inclined. 3, 2, 1, huzzah!
Huzzah!
All right, let's start with Bricen. Bricen and Brandon Freyshark are running through the desert as fast as they can, as from above, a large metallic bird shrieks through the air and shoots lightning bolts down all around Bricen. through the mouth, the metal beak of this massive iron bird. You hear, "Stop now! You cannot trespass further in our territory. Prepare to be destroyed. Yeah, you're gonna be destroyed." As another lightning bolt shoots towards you. Bricen, what do you do?
I would like to try to dodge out of that way. I'm in the woods, right? Can I try to like see if I can launch myself off a tree and try to hit this giant thing?
You are in the desert.
I'm in the desert. Oh
cactuses.
yeah.
There's
cactuses. I will try off the cactus.
Desert.
Let's go.
All right, so let's do an acrobatics check. So we're going to set this. Do you have no athletics? This is an athletics check for you. So we're going to set this at, let's set this at 16. So 1d20 plus 1d6. Okay, it's a 17. So I'm going to say that's a success. You leap onto the single point of a needle from a cactus, using that to give yourself leverage. You leap into the air, dodging the lightning bolt as it strikes the cactus, causing it to explode, sending cactus water everywhere. Brandon Fraser clings onto your back, digging its claws into you just a little bit. That would make it its turn, the metal bird. So let's roll a 1d6. Ooh, that's a 2, so that's going to hit you, but it just barely hit you. Beat you by 1. So let's see, beat you by 1. You can take 1 point of damage, or you can have something weird happen.
I'll take that point of damage.
All right, you take 1 point of damage as a lightning bolt comes down to strike you, but it kind of like fizzes out right before it does, so it just gives you one of those static shocks. You're like, ow. Your hair's all sticking up in your tie. It's very weird. That would make it your turn again. What would you like to do?
So I'm up. I would like to try to attack using standard attack. I'd like to give it a standard. I just want to see if I can wallop that thing, knock it to the ground, get it on my level.
Yeah, well, let's roll 2d6. 8, yes, leaping into the air, you just begin pummeling the gigantic metal bird for 8 points of damage. Smoke comes out of it. You can see its metal frame kind of buckling and bending a little bit. It like flies a little weaker as it drops down. Again, the beak goes, "Wah! Hey, knock that off. This is a very valuable piece of security equipment. You trespasser." And now we're definitely gonna also throw on some vandal. You're a vandal as well. That is also what you are.
You were attacking me first. What am I supposed to do? You're saying don't trespass, and then you're chasing me to where I'm not
there are
supposed
clearly
to go.
no trespass signs. That gives us the right to attack.
You're chasing me the wrong direction.
All right, let's roll a 1d6. Four. Dang, that beats you by 3. So you can take a good amount of damage or have something bad happen.
I'll take something bad.
All right, something bad. You are going to be incapacitated. The bird kind of brings both of its wings and smacks you in the head, like that, and you just go, ugh, and you fall down. You are incapacitated for a round. You lose your action. So you drop down to the ground, Brandon Fraser, whimpering behind you as you're just delirious and in a concussed state. The bird drops down. Your action has been taken from you, but a figure jumps out of a thicket of cacti and throws a Bowie knife directly at the metal monstrosity. Let's roll a d6. 3 for 3 points of damage. I love it. All right. There's an explosion as one of the wings falls off the bird as the bird staggers back. This figure steps into the blinding light of the desert sun, and you see it is a human man with an eye patch. He kind of has this smug look on his face, like he's been waiting for this for some time. the metal bird opens up, and you see there are 3 gnomes inside its chest, and each of them go, you damn.
Find your words. You got it.
We don't need words. We have electricity. And they push a big red button, firing an electrical bolt at Michael Richardson. Michael Richardson, let's roll a 1d4. Give me odd or even.
I'm gonna go even.
Even. All right. Let's roll that 1d4. All right. Yes, the lightning shoots directly at you, and then when it's about to hit you, it deflects as if you are protected by some magical force. Damn you, desert hermit! You will not be able to stop our technologies! That would make it your turn, Michael.
I like to chuckle just a little bit and look at the singed sand that's leading directly to it, and there's still a little bit of fire on it. And I'd like to pour just a little bit of my daddy's juice on the front and just say, you know what they say about technology poorly managed? It easily catches flame. And I just light a match and I light the daddy's juice on fire that sends a large explosion to absolutely obliterate their little piece of technologically.
Yes, it absolutely does. The daddy juice catches, lights. You can hear Bricen, you can hear it kind of sounds like as you recover from your concussed state, it sounds like a roar of a dragon as it rips towards the iron bird and explodes, sending shrapnel and gnomes flying through the air. The gnomes still strapped into their seats, but their mustaches are on fire, their beanies are on fire. They drop down, parachutes exploding out and dropping, also catching on fire. It's just total anarchy as the giant metal bird head drops right in front of Michael Richardson and then cracks. Congratulations, you have defeated the Iron Rock. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Huzzah! That was amazing. What did you pour in it? How did you do that?
A magician, as they say, never reveals their secrets of the craft. Why are you walking by yourself in the middle of a desert, little one? Don't they teach you not to travel alone?
But I'm not by myself because I have my beautiful boy. This is Brendan Freyshark. He's my land shark. I'm still training him, so he's still a little bitey. But see, I'm not by myself.
No, of course, but even a land shark against a metal bird isn't going to do much damage now, is it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I could have done something different. Maybe I could have thrown. Next time I'm going to try throwing him. Maybe if I throw him, he'll try biting the. I could have done that.
Yes,
You're so smart.
Definitely.
Desert Hermit! One of the gnomes leaps up, putting out the fire all over his body. This isn't over! You will rue the day that you've invaded our land. Interloper! If you ally yourself with this hermit, we will destroy you!
As he talks, I just like to take a Bowie knife without looking and just throw it directly into his foot or his neck, depending on how well I throw.
All right, let's odd or even.
Let's go even. Let's stick with it.
All right, let's roll the 1d4. It stabs him right in the throat.
I'm sorry, what did you say? What was that? That's what I thought. And I just walk over and I pull it right out of the neck, wipe it on his cloak, make sure it's nice and clean, stick it back in there, and look at my person and they go, a land shark isn't going to do much against metal, but a knife against a hobbit is going to do quite a lot more.
Maybe I should start learning how to use a knife. Or what if I taped a knife to my fist? Do you think that would work? I'm not very good at using sharp things, but if I taped it, maybe if I punched really hard, it would work, right?
What? Maybe. I'm sorry. What gives you these brazen ideas that a knife on a hand is going to do better than a knife inside of a clenched fist?
Because what if I drop the knife? If I just taped it to my hand, I don't have to worry about dropping it.
There's no force that's going to come from that. A taped knife is simply going to go right backward. If anything, you're going to harm yourself more than you're going to harm the gnome.
It's okay. I'm pretty hardy.
Pretty hearty, I can tell.
Yeah.
This heartiness, where does it come from, young one?
That's a good question. I never really thought about that. Maybe, I'm not very good at biology, so I don't really know where that would come from.
Well, who trained you in terms of discovering these new feats of violence?
Oh, well, I used to train at a monastery way back in, which direction did I? I think it's that way.
Meanwhile,
but yeah, I trailed.
Back at the Cool Adventure camp somewhere in the impassable desert, Veryl sits leisurely looking out into the distance, trying to enjoy the midday sun as Mildreth hides under a large umbrella, trying best to stay out of the midday sun. They along with Bricen had all three been hired to go into what is known as the Thunderdome, a no man's land within the impassable desert, to locate a very specific item. This item was not given a name, but you were given a parchment which has an illustration of it. It is like an orb-like object that seems to be a deep blue color. It might be a massive sapphire. That's the general assumption. Bricen thought it was a teardrop, but that's because Bricen is a sweet, simple young man. But speaking of Bricen, he's been gone on that walk that he was taking his land shark on for the better part of somewhere between 15 minutes and 6 hours now. Veryl couldn't be bothered to keep track, and it looks like Mildreth is just really allergic to the sun.
Yes.
And it just occurred to them that Bricen has been gone for a very long time.
Mildreth. Oh
Yes.
God.
Sorry, it's unpleasant for me as well.
Take a handkerchief. Cover that. Do something with your face. Are you going to be okay? What happens if you get the sun? Will you melt?
Not gonna melt. That's ridiculous. I just don't like it. Okay, I'm used to rainy, nature-y ceilings or caves. I like those. Also, it's very sandy and the dust. It's just not good for my sinuses.
Well, you know what sand is good for? Exfoliation. It could do wonders for the complexion. This is not relevant to this conversation.
What's wrong with my complexion?
Oh well, you're quite ashen. I think maybe a little bit of tiny circular motions may remove some of the dead skin, that might have collected.
The dead skin is because I'm constantly around dead things. It's not my skin it gets on me, and then
all the more reason to just take a little bit of this sand and just it's gonna be okay. It's gonna weren't we, if I recall correctly, there was a third party member with us here.
No, where did the land shark go?
And
Bricen. Bricen was with them. Yeah.
Bricen.
Yeah.
Yes. The monk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He told me to
As the
buck
two
up.
of you realize that Bricen has been gone for some time, you are immediately distracted by the sound of large engines. Looking above you, you see 3 enormous metal birds flying towards you. The first 2 are roughly the size of a wagon, and the third behind it is the size of an airship or a sea galleon. It's just massive. The two swirl around your camp, kicking up a bunch of dust and sand all over the place as the third one kind of rears up and points its head down. Its eyes crackle with electric energy. It opens its metal beak and it... Attention, intruders! You are violating the sacred dominion of the Thunder Dome, and we, the Thunder Gnomes, are not happy. We hereby request that you surrender to us immediately before you are destroyed. From the claws of the largest iron bird, lightning shoots out and scatters all around you. This is your only warning.
Oh, we're just getting a warning.
It's nice of them to warn us, but I think I swallowed some sand.
Oh,
You will be swallowing more than sand if you continue to resist. Surrender now! More lightning shoots out.
oh my God.
Maybe we should just surrender. I don't know. I'm not...
No, this is very inconvenient. Let's just, why don't we just attack them? Don't you, Mildreth, don't you have some kind of spell you could, maybe there's some dead bodies in the sand or something that could you bring up a mummy or something?
Well, I mean, technically sand is like at least 40% dead coral. So like there's definitely something that I can do here. I'm gonna do, I think if I can cast animate undead, I could probably make some like sand whirlwinds that could like mess with their mechanics. Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's cast that spell. That's going to be, considering the sand whipping around you and the state of the distraction caused by it, we're going to set this check at 18, but you do get 2d6 to the roll, so 1d20 plus 2d6.
I might have a magic wand for those of you at home that gives me a little advantage in these circumstances on Arcana checks.
Yes, Mildreth does have the magic wand. So what was our roll? 11. Unfortunately, it's the wind is whipping around you too much. You were unable to cast it, and so instead, what the sand forms into is an undead clump of coral, which Mildreth, you can hear because you conjured it. It's just screaming, "Where is the ocean?"
Oh, yeah, that's gosh.
The three birds land.
I'm gonna need a minute to console a coral. Veryl, do you think you can handle?
Yes, of course. I can take it from here. Those poor coral. I didn't know they had the intelligence to feel scared.
This isn't fear. This is existential dread.
You know, Mildreth, I was more hoping that you would, manifest some great crustacean monster, but this is.
Well, you get the undead that you get, and you try to work with it. And honestly, if I'm being like real with you, I'd say it's at least a 50-50 chance when I summon an undead creature that they just have some shit that they're going through that I've got to now deal with. So I'm gonna.
Silence!
We'll keep that between you and me. We won't.
Thank
tell the rest
you,
of
my
the group.
Silence! Why is no one listening to me?
Because
I'm
you're
the only
small.
one that can hear you.
No, I am not the coral. I am Peppermint.
Yes,
You're
Peppermint,
on the other
you
side
are
of
also
the coral.
small.
Sorry.
You're very short in stature. And so far, your electricity has just felt kind of it's been tingly. Yes, we've been. I think we're okay. I'm going to do battle with you now.
Very well. Let the battle commence. The giant bird kind of rears up and it shoots more lightning at you. Let's roll a 1d4, odd or even, Veryl.
Even.
All right.
Oh, no.
That is going to strike you dead in the chest. You take a full brunt of
Ouch!
the electrical charge, and you are incapacitated.
No.
You cannot take any actions. You just drop to the ground. You're essentially like
Ah.
paralyzed.
This is boring. I'm gonna be stuck like this.
And then the claws shoot out with like chains, and they grab you, picking you up, and it takes off into the air. So much for that fight!
Wait, that's my envoy. I need him to get back.
The other two iron birds drop down, and each of them shoot their claws, grabbing you and lifting you into the air, pulling you as well.
Thank you.
Yes, thank us, for we have captured you.
Hi,
this
Coral.
This actually feels quite nice. It's kind of quite comfortable. Yeah.
it's
Yeah, no, it is quite nice compared to the very like arid heat. As you're flying through the air, you're getting that cool air kind of rushing over you. So it is quite
A
nice.
nice breeze.
Yeah. As you are taken higher and higher above the cloud line, you see there is a enormous dirigible, just a massive vessel as large as Oakvale itself. So several of these larger bird ships are flying around it. Dozens of these smaller bird ships are flying around it. And written in big garish letters is Thunder Dome. As the birds land on what looks like a nest made out of wires and shrapnel, you are dropped down, and you are immediately greeted by a gnome wearing a metal hard hat, and he has like a magical staff in his hand. I am Pumpkin Spice, and you are our prisoner.
Yes. Oh, okay. I thought maybe we were being treated to a surprise event. I mean, I remember back when the Thunderdome was a lot more. How do you say? It was more organic. You've gone very mainstream, very overboard with the branding.
Wait,
Have you been here
Very
before?
corporate. Oh, of course. We used to do this all the time.
are you Veryl Dryadalis?
The very same.
The Veryl Dryadalis who impressed the entire Thunder Gnome population with your riveting performance. One-man show. Love me, Daddy, love me.
Oh, yeah, that might have been a different. I mean, I that might be a different Veryl Dryadalis. I get that
well,
all
then
the
we
time.
will send you to the prison camps to mine iron.
Yeah, I remember. Yes, it was my one-man show. Mildreth, you missed it.
I mean, I feel like I've heard you muttering it before when you get really sad and tired and a little drunk.
Yeah, oh, I guess I do remember my main monologue by heart. Oh, I was so
Oh,
young.
then please recite it to us now.
Well, now everyone just take into account I was 55 and I was basically an infant, okay? You know, I was quite childish at the time, and I just, you know, I was going through a lot. I was just out of elf school, and you know how it is. Anyway, it's give me a moment. You know, Daddy, all I really wanted was a little bit more time with you, but you keep telling me that I'm to be the king of our family estate someday. Once I vanquish my siblings, and you know, I really don't want to kill my siblings, Daddy.
It still moves me to tears. All of the Thunder Gnomes begin clapping. Let's roll a performance check. The higher you roll, the better you do. So this is going to be a D20 plus a 1d6. An 18. Release them. They are not prisoners. They are our honored guests.
Well, look at that.
The vines, the wires that made up the nest release you, and you are suddenly showered with coins and bits of like different types of bread that the people are just throwing at you. Yes, 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 you are the greatest. They begin picking up like flowers made out of metal that are planted in metal pots, and they begin throwing those at your feet, which is actually kind of haphazard because they're very sharp. We must take you now to the king, the Thunder King. Come.
Oh, the Thunder King.
Are we properly dressed for that? I don't.
No, not at all. But we will dress you.
Don't touch me.
Meanwhile,
Do
back
not touch
down
me.
at the desert. Michael Richardson and Bricen had made it back to Michael Richardson's hut that he had set up in the desert. It was a small, cramped hut filled with all types of distillery equipment and maps and esoteric books. Of course, this had no interest to the books, had no interest to Bricen, but the distillery setup caught his attention immediately, and he ran directly towards it.
You make your own alcohol?
Of course. What do you expect? Think Daddy's juice grows on vines?
Wait, can you teach me? Can I try some? Can you teach me? I want to.
I will allow you to try some, but the recipe stays with me, my dear.
How much for the recipe?
There's not enough money in the world to buy the recipe off of me, I'm afraid. There'd have to be quite a price that's met, and I just don't believe that you have what I've been looking for.
What have you been looking for? Maybe I can find it, and then I can give it to you.
That's
And
a
then you can give me the
story.
recipe.
That's an interesting offer. And perhaps a conversation to be had for another time. But for now, let's give you a little taste of the drink and see if you'd like it afterwards. And I'd like to pour two small glasses of Daddy's juice, handing one to my friend, and saying, "Now, be careful. I don't use this thing lightly."
All right. Bricen, he hands you the Daddy's juice. What do you do with it?
I like look at it, I sniff it, and I immediately just chuck it all back. One shot.
Okay. Now, because you are a monk of the Drunken Fist, I'm going to say you can make an athletics check in place of a constitution check. So let's roll a d20 plus a 1d6. You're trying to beat 16. Oh yes, it's actually quite refreshing. There's like a coolness when you finish it. Reminds you very much of just distilled grain. Very simple, very pure, very nice. You can feel it hit your stomach like an angry Durgar, but you're like, it's cool. Center, find your balance, and you got a nice little buzz going.
That was quite interesting to watch. You said you were...
Yeah, it was good to drink. I've never had anything like it.
No, of course you haven't. So, you said you were trained in a monastery, that's correct?
Yes, for the drunken fist. Yes. So as you can see, why I really would love to take some of this with me, so I can further myself in my training.
Well, I'd be happy to give you a bottle. I'd be happy to lend you a little bit of the juice. You asked about the price, that's right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I've been looking for a variety of different things. Mainly, I've been looking for answers. And if you could help me find them, I would be more than happy to assuade your desire.
That would be great. Yeah. What do these answers look like?
They are the answer to the greatest question.
Okay, I'm ready. What does it look like? Is it big or is it small? Because if it's big, I kind of got to know so I can get a cart.
Again, it's the largest size. It's the question that I believe hangs over all our heads. What happens after we die? And I am seeking a way to avoid whatever that answer might just be.
Hmm.
And you
Maybe
see one. No, go ahead. Please.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of how that would fit. Yeah, that's an interesting question. And I don't know. I definitely don't know the answer or how to find it. But I do have friends who might help, maybe, if we
Really?
could find them. Yeah.
What friends are you perchance looking for? Monk friends, monastery friends?
Well, no, this one, I think she does school stuff. I don't know. I don't really understand a lot of things she talks about, but she deals with death, I think, a lot. So maybe she knows the answer. Maybe I think she's also maybe looking for the same answer. So maybe if you, my new friend, could meet her, my other friend, that would be great. And then you guys could come up with the answer together, and then I could get the booze, right?
This friend of yours,
Yes.
they don't happen to have a little black book in dealing with the undead, do they?
You're so smart. How did you know? Wait, have you met her?
My dear boy, I'm gonna take a little guess about something, and if I'm wrong, I'll give you everything right here, right now. How about that? Want to play this game?
Okay. Yeah,
But if
yeah.
I'm correct,
Yeah.
you swear a form of fealty to me.
What does fealty mean?
It means that if it comes a time that I were to call upon you for some service, some battle, some alliance, that you were to choose my side no matter the choice.
Okay, because we're really good friends, I'm gonna say yes. That just sounds like being a good friend and helping out your best buddies. So yeah.
It's true, and we are the best buddies.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, we're best buddies.
We might have a little bit more in common than even you believe, because this person you've talked about, I'm gonna guess her name is Mildreth Mildew.
Are you also best buddies with Mildreth? I love when my besties are friends with each other. Oh my God, this makes everything so much better.
Yeah, it makes it quite a lot better. Yes, it does. You also said that you left the monastery. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you've been with a different group. Is that correct?
Yes.
That group wouldn't perchance be the cool adventurers, would it not?
You're so smart. Wow. Yeah.
My dear boy, if you'd like your mind blown once more, the person that you're looking upon is not only some wise fighter, genius elixir maker, and honestly one of the funniest people you'll ever meet. He's also the founder of the Cool Adventurers.
What?
Yes.
What?
You've not heard the stories of Michael Richardson, the wise ranger, the keeper of the portal?
I mean, I whenever they talk about other people now, I kind of tend to fall asleep because it's really hard for me to remember people if I don't have a face to put to the name. But now that I've met you, I know exactly who you are, and that's so
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Wow.
I created this little group and it's grown beyond even I can imagine. And I'm
Yeah.
beyond happy to see that we've invited someone of such uh, strength to help be a face and lead this ragtag group of heroes.
Yeah, it's been, oh man, it's such a you've made such a great group. Wow, that's so awesome. So then if you've already been a part of this group for a while, then why didn't you just team up with Mildreth before? You guys could have worked together to figure out this answer. I mean,
Oh,
don't you're both looking for death or something like that?
I and Mildreth have come to an understanding when it comes to death and when it comes to the conversations of it. Uh, she has her journey and I have ours. And if a conversation could be had to where we could find the answer of what stops it, maybe it could. But she's studying. She
Yes.
does not wish to find an end to death, but find a way to resurrect. And I'm not looking for resurrection. I'm looking for continuity.
Huh. But the book deals with death, so maybe you could find some, maybe, it's been a while because I've never met you before, and it's been a while, and I've been with Mildred for a while now. Maybe if you come back together, maybe you will find that, maybe she's found some answers for you.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it could. But I'll tell you this. I don't want to upset my dear Mildred. She can be oh so volatile when met with any sort of pushback or failure or loss.
She has been very stressed lately about that school thing.
Yeah,
I
her
think there was a
failing
test
grades.
recently. Yeah,
Yes.
she said that she was doing very badly, which, I mean, she's done better than I've ever done in any sort of a test. So maybe I did worse than I thought. I
You
thought
never know.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. I will say this about Mildred. Her failures are not on her alone. It might have a little bit of a finger might be placed on the scales to keep things moving as they need be.
Okay. Okay.
But I will say, when it comes to our arrangement, because if I'm not incorrect, I
Yeah.
did win our
Yes,
arrangement.
you did, but we're best buddies, so that
We
doesn't
are,
even matter because I'm
it's
already going to be
true.
helping you out. Yeah.
Exactly. We're best buddies. We are best buddies. When it comes to this, I don't want Mildreth to know what I'm seeking just yet. It's been a while since her and I spent time together. Her and I really got along. Last time I saw her, we were in a hall of the dead and I was near death, and we sought some sort of understanding, and her path and my path sort of diverged in one. There might
So
be
I
a
need
way
to keep
for,
a secret.
yes, a tiny little secret. What do the monks
Okay.
teach? They teach the monks. They teach you what? In silence there is strength. The
In
best kind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I can
Will
try.
I believe in you. I believe in you, my dear. Now, how about this? Why don't we find your friends? We get you where you need to go, and everything else will simply fall into place.
Okay. That sounds good.
All right? So, where do you need to go? Where are you headed?
I'm looking for, they said it was a blue thing. I think it was a teardrop, they said. We were looking for some sort of a blue, I think it was a teardrop. I remember it was a teardrop. They said that it wasn't one, but I thought it was a teardrop that we were assigned to look for. There was
Were
a
you
picture
hired?
of it. I don't have a picture,
Is
but it was a
it
picture of it.
all right? All right. And this was in the main layer. Is it higher? Is it lower? Where are we looking? You know what? How about this? I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to radio my birds. And I'm just going to go ACC to Bird Heaven. I'm looking for Mildreth, Mildew, and any kind of companions they might be traveling with.
Yeah, we were with Veryl. Have you met Veryl?
Veryl. I've known Veryl quite well.
Oh, wow. All my friends know each other. That's so cool.
With that, Michael steps outside of his hut and calls the birds using his ACC caller. Let's roll a nature check. We're going to set this check at 12, so 1d20 plus 1d6. That's 12 on the dot, so there we go. Rah, 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 this is Vulture. Over.
Vulture, I copy. Looking for Mildreth. Mildreth and Veryl, you copy any signs of life?
I did. I saw a camp with a human and an elf. They were attacked by the Thunder Gnomes. I've been tracking their movement ever since to feast on their corpses when the gnomes eventually go insane and electrocute them to death.
God, I appreciate that. If we can do a 1-4, I have 3 dwarven bodies ready to be consumed of their flesh. If you'd like to do a swap, if you can gain transportation so we can get to that location, I'll give you those bodies for free.
I will contact the Rock Lord. Yeah, just give me like 2 minutes.
No, I'll give you 2 minutes. That's fine. I'll give you a 2-4.
All right, and with that, Michael and Bricen step out into the desert, and 2 minutes later, a massive vulture-like creature with purple feathers drops down. This is a desert rock. It drops down. It picks both of you up in its large talons and begins flying into the air, flying high into the sky towards the dirigible that is the Thunderdome. Meanwhile, on the Thunderdome itself, Mildreth and Veryl have been dressed in appropriate attire, which is heavy iron cylinders and that are kind of held together with duct tape. You walk around like old-timey robots from a low-grade science fiction film. Yes, marvelous. You are now ready to meet the Gnome King, the Thunder King.
It brings me back, back before you went corporate. Yeah.
Well, we are going to prove that we are not corporate. We're super duper hardcore and underground, big time underground, because the new underground is the sky, and everybody knows that.
No, Mildreth, it's terrible now. I can already tell. These are all a bunch of posers.
I've been in coffins that are more comfortable than this outfit. But, yeah.
Oh,
it is not supposed to be comfortable. It is supposed to be regal.
Oh, that's fair.
Pumpkin Spice opens the large doors to the throne room of the Thunderdome, Thunder King's throne thunder room. And on a giant a Tesla coil sits the Thunder King, a gnome with blue electric eyes. It has been too long since I have entertained guests.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's...
He sounds lonely.
Yes.
What is two to me? Pumpkin Spice. They are the most... well, I can't speak to the woman. Our diviners have determined that she barely passed her most recent semester of school. But this is Veryl Dryadalis, the world's greatest bard.
Mildreth, I thought that you graduated. Oh, yes. I wouldn't say the world's greatest bard. I'm more of an actor, but
Can you tell that just by looking at me?
Well, Mildreth, I really thought that you'd already completed that whole school thing. I thought that you just liked writing papers.
I've been working through my feelings about my latest assessment for my professors We were not listening.
I mean, to me, everything you say sounds like the same thing, and it just the same thing over and over. Just something about death, and then something about paragraphs and annotations. It's quite nice, actually. It's nice background noise, you know.
Yes.
Really, what do you think of my voice?
No, silence, woman. Lull me into a false sleep with your droning, while this actor pantomimes my
well,
glory.
you'll have a nice true sleep, actually. Yes, she uses some real 5 diamond words, if you know what I'm saying. Very long. It's just I'm quite intelligent, but I rarely know it. Oh, Mildreth, don't cry. You're going to rust your outfit.
I know.
You know, Mildreth, like I said, I thought you already finished school, so I as far as I'm concerned, you're more smart and stuffy and stuck up than the rest of those silly professors that gave you poor marks.
That's really nice. Thank you.
I am
Nope.
confused.
What?
The actor has been pontificating and nearly put me to sleep. And the pontificator has been acting like a child. Why did you bring these two to me if they were only going to mock themselves and my presence?
I'm sorry, your highness. We're improvisers. We are improvising a scene. You know, sometimes actors will do that.
Improv.
And
no
we
one's favorite form of the theatrical arts. I have not
Uh,
seen an improv performance in some time.
And this is the best kind of improv. It's dramatic prov.
Ooh, dramatic
Drama prov.
Yes, yes.
So it's
No
very-
humor to be found in this. Very well. I am thoroughly amused now that I understand what I am watching.
You have to be. It all has to be explained to you first for you to
Yes.
understand, and
Yes.
then you can know why everyone likes it so much.
Like all great
Yes.
theater.
Yes, like
Ah.
exactly. It's very alternative. Unlike your very corporate, soulless affair you've done for
Very
the
well.
storm.
You have convinced me.
Yes.
You and your improv troupe will do a performance of this dramatic improv at the opening of our Thunder Grand Prix, where our greatest pilots will fly for my pleasure through the dangerous thunder clouds that surround this dirigible. You will serve as the opening act, and then you will serve as the halftime show. And should the audience enjoy your performance, you will be the closer as well.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. We're doing a lot of work. The two of us. Mildreth, it used to be so much better. They used to have rings of fire. You know, it wasn't just. Yeah, they probably.
It feels like they're putting a lot of weight on, like, you know, but nothing gets a crowd more excited than improv.
Naturally, we're going to be. They're really counting on us to bring it. Apparently.
Yes. Be gone from my presence. I shall see you at the race.
Several gnomes kind of shuffle you out. Get out of these ceremonial clothes and get into your performance attire. The race is in a few hours.
You guys didn't have anything prepared. That just okay. No, it's fine.
No, we did. We canceled them. Pumpkin Spice points to a large arena where several of these metal bird airships are landing and being prepped for the race. You see what looks like, you know what? If you're not mistaken, it's definitely Snarla Blastwind, fellow cool adventurer, and they push her off of the dirigible. Ah!
We gave her a parachute. She'll be fine.
Right. Wow. It just you dramatic improv over a rock star. All right.
We're very confident that we are an underground, hip, cutting edge, totally not corporate.
Okay.
Venue.
Of course. This is the natural course that all of these events go, all these big, back in the day, we used to smoke just mushrooms that would just come out of anywhere in the middle of the campgrounds, and we had no idea what kind of spells we might be putting on ourselves. Sometimes people had to go to the medic tent, and there wasn't even a medic there. It was that was when it was real. The real.
Well, we'll have you know that Pumpkin Spice yanks out a cable from one of the walls and just sticks it into his mouth, electrocuting himself.
Ah, yes, that's better.
This gets you super wasted. He then falls down unconscious.
Yeah, still not the same.
Veryl,
Yes,
are you
Mildred.
ready? I'm not super good at public speaking. So can you just carry this?
I've got an idea.
Okay, great.
Okay. So you know how when sometimes do you remember a man named Michael Richardson?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember what he said about your book?
I believe he was usually very diminishing of my tome and did not appreciate its
He called it your little black book, did he not?
Yeah, which is it's not like this book is full of a bunch of ex-boyfriends that are dead that I raised and then started dating again. It's not that kind of thing, but he just always liked to be like it was, like I was dating dead things all the time, and it's really rude.
Yeah, it sounds like he was a little bit of a jealous bitch, maybe?
Yeah.
Mildred, how does it make you feel when I talk about Michael Richardson? What do you feel?
Just I find myself musing at how little he understands about death, and it makes me feel better. It does. Yeah.
Does it not bother you? Does it not grind you? Grind the little black heart inside of your chest, that little shriveled, cold, death-loving heart? Does it not just twist with rage when he diminishes your little black book?
The big book.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He tries to undermine the majesty of your big, strong, thick tome. And when he kind of smugly laughs when you try to explain to him the complexity of the other side.
It certainly gets me feeling disgruntled.
You are almost there. Perfect.
At that moment, a massive vulture drops out of the sky, landing right next to the two of you as Michael Richardson, Bricen, and Brandon Fraser drop off on its back.
We're almost. I just use that, Mildreth, when we get out there. Okay. Use that. Okay. Think of that.
Sure. Can I summon living things now too?
Oh God.
Hi. Oh my God.
We weren't talking about you.
I was totally talking about you guys. Have you met? Have you met? Or I just met. He's your founder, apparently, Michael Richardson. We were just talking about you guys, and apparently you guys all know each other, and you guys are all friends too. Isn't that great?
Friends is a bit strong of a word, is it not? It's
colleagues.
It's pleasant to see you again, Mr. Richardson.
Pleasure is all mine, Veryl. The pleasure is all mine.
Yes, of course.
Mildred.
This will be even easier
Michael.
now.
You seem a little bit wiped out.
Well, studying hard is a tiresome task, but you learn
Yes.
so much.
I can tell. It seems you've learned to not carry a handkerchief when tears seem to fall from your face at a rapid rate.
Yeah, I definitely don't have a handkerchief. You're right. Yeah.
Save those tears for the performance, Mildreth.
I just hand her one to keep her chance.
Okay.
Are you guys doing a performance? Did we come just in time to watch you guys perform?
Veryl's gonna perform.
Oh,
We'll be there.
Mildreth and I are going to
halt,
perform a
halt, halt,
dramatic
halt,
improv
Ah,
scene.
ah.
A bunch of gnomes surround you. What is this giant bird doing in our city?
Lots of birds.
It's doing better than your metal ones. And I just toss the head of the metal bird that we destroyed in the desert.
No. You, orc. What business do you have here with this drunken slob and these world-renowned improv performers?
Oh, we're best buddies. I was just
Best
looking for our
buddies?
best buddies. Yeah, we were best
He
friends.
pulls out a
and I was
long
just
sheet
looking-
of paper. Are you the best buddies from around the bend?
Yes.
Are we from around the bend? Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, it's about time you showed up. Make your way to the arena. Get this bird regulated for flight. Your race is about to begin.
Oh.
He then comes up to you and puts a little name tag on each of your chests that says Best Buddy 1 and Best Buddy 2.
Back in the day, they didn't have name tags. Mildred, this is so embarrassing.
It's to help people. It's to be more accessible.
We just remembered each other's names.
Is it too big now? You've just got too many participants. You can't keep track of them. Maybe you
We
should.
do. We have dozens of participants
So
all racing
mainstream.
for our great prize. He then points to the center of the arena where there is a massive blue orb.
Oh,
Is that hey guys, hey, is that the
Yeah.
teardrop thingy? Is that the
that's
thingy?
right,
Not
Bryson?
a
It
teardrop.
is.
Do you understand geometry?
Oh,
What's that?
Okay, yeah, don't worry. Yes, that's what we're looking for.
It's
Okay,
very
cool.
expensive.
Yes, it is the prize for any who complete the Daring Grand Prix. I wish you luck, best buddies from around the bend. And you two performers, make your way to the stage. The performance is about to begin. Look at the crowds ushering in. Sure enough, there are crowds ushering into the arena.
A lot of people.
It's gonna be okay. Remember what I said. Just think about that guy and just let the drama come out of you. Just let it out.
You're thinking about me, eh?
Oh, don't! You're gonna.
Aw, you guys miss each other.
No.
Yes, she does.
I liked you better when you were dead. Wait, that's not what I meant.
No,
Ah!
That is what you meant. That's real.
What?
I gotta
Well.
go perform for a crowd now.
You go perform, Bryson. I
Uh,
think it's time we get ready for a little bit of a
Pumpkin
race.
Spice
Yeah.
comes running up. He's like, "Oh, I forgot to give you these on account of your rider. These are what you these are in all contracts for all performers for the show. Here are 2 epic weapons. You can use them for yourselves, or you can give them to who I'm assuming is your roadie and a young boy. Either way, here you go. These are from the audience. 2 epic items granted to you from the audience."
Epic items. Thank you, audience. We need them. Okay.
Yes, with the epic item, you can add an additional 1d6 to your attack rolls, as well as an additional 1d6 to any skill checks that you make. Congratulations, Veryl and Mildreth. What
Just
do you
really
do
quick,
now?
I want to pull Bricen aside. Bricen, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's sort of like when you've got a C plus. There's not like maybe you could get it up to a B, but it would still be a B. Whereas you've got a B plus. you've got a real chance of getting an A here if you had just a little boost. So I think you should take this and try to win this race so that we can get it's not a teardrop, it's a sphere. Okay, it's a sphere. But yeah, here, you take the epic weapon and you use that good to get yourself an A. Okay.
I've never gotten an A before. I've gotten an F. That's not that far from A. So yeah, I think this will help a lot. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Just don't trust everything Michael tells you, or because he's not great with he's got his own version of the truth, so it's just, he thought this is a small book. This is not a small. Do you see how big this book is? This is a big book.
It's very big in your hand. Yes.
Book.
Damn, that's a thick ass book.
Thank you. All right, good luck, Bricen. Get on
out to you too. I can't wait to watch your performance.
And with that, Bricen made his way confidently to the arena, having been equipped with Mildreth's epic weapon, granting him the 1d6 bonus to attacks and skill checks. Michael Richardson gave Mildreth a smug nod and then ushered the giant rock towards the arena as well, making their way to the racers pit, where there was tons of different types of racers. There were duergars in their helicopters. There were orcs that were just riding big ass balloons. There were trolls that were just powered by hate, and all other manner of bizarre and unique pilots. But you saw the burned, singed mustache of a thunder gnome who looked at Michael Richardson. You killed my brother, Toothpaste, and now I will finally get my revenge, Hermit of the Desert, for I am Breathmint, and no one is a better pilot than me.
Toothpaste shouldn't have been so squeezable. I don't quite know what you have to complain about.
Oh, how dare you! How dare you! I will freshen that attitude up. You will see. I'll meet you on the racetrack. You.
He then shakes his small hands.
Bricen,
Yes.
this is going to get violent. It's going to get dangerous. Good. I love it. I love the excitement. One of us is going to need to fly and one of us is going to need to fight. I'd leave that up to you. Which do you prefer?
Well, I can't fly. I'm not very good at flying, so I think I should be fighting.
Fighting it is. I'll take care of the flying and all that comes with it, and you take care of the killing of the people. How's that?
Oh, okay, yeah, sounds good. I'll make sure everyone else gets out of our way. Yeah.
Fantastic. And does being drunk help you with combat? Is that a thing that?
Yes, I'm going to. Yes, before we even head out there, I would like to try to see if I can make myself a cocktail to give myself some advantage.
Do you want to make it with Daddy's juice? Want to give you a little bit of an oomph?
Yes. Oh my God, this is why we're best friends. Yes.
I know it is.
All right, let's roll a 1d4 and well, first let's roll a d20. We're trying to get 11 or better.
Can I use EP to make it happen?
Yes, you can. That'll be 4 EP. So we're going to add, we're going to roll 2d4 and we are going to odd or even. If either of them are the result, it counts as a victory. So Bricen, odd or even?
Odd.
All right. So if either of them are odd, it's going to count as a victory. They're both 2. So yes, you do make a concoction. It's a volatile brew. You drink it down. You can feel it kind of rush through you. It's giving you like rage. So you have an additional 1d6 to all attacks. So your simple attack is now 3d6, your standard attack is now 4d6, your power attack is now 5d6. but your HP has dropped from its maximum of 16 down to a maximum of 8. So currently you have 7 HP out of 8 because you are filled with this rage. It's just like overcharging you. But you feel super confident and ready to go. And with that, trumpets blare as all of the racers mount their various mounts and vessels as the Thunder King takes the stage. My people, I, the Thunder King, welcome you to our Thunderdome Thunder Grand Prix. Our riders, racers, and fools who have strapped themselves to various explosive devices will travel through the thundering clouds, past the whirling desert storms, and through the multiple rings of fire, where they will make their way back here and dodge the very giants that stalk the sky. The first to return in this race will receive our most glorious gift, this, the jewel of the sky. All others will be shut down. Good luck, my racers. And now, for your pleasure, we have a dramatic, improvised scene. Can I get a suggestion from the audience? I heard dildo. Dildo is your suggestion.
Oh, okay. Ah, yes, it is I, Sir Dildo, here to talk down to you.
All right, let's roll a performance check. Now,
Wait,
Veryl,
I don't know what
you have that. You have a 2d6 bonus. So this one's going to be open-ended. Your performance is going to need 3 successful checks for the audience to like it. If they like it, you'll move on to the next, the halftime show. If they don't, you'll be thrown off of the dirigible to your death. So let's roll that first performance check.
To our great injury.
To
injury.
your great injury.
Our characters can't die.
All right,
Our Mildreth can bring us back.
Let's roll that d20 plus 2d6. The better you do, the better you do.
12.
12. The audience goes, no, all right, that's our expectations. We're enjoying this. Continue. All right, that would make it Mildred's turn. Mildreth, how do you contribute to this improvised dramatic scene?
I forgot to breathe for a second there. I think I started crying.
That's
all right.
good.
We are going to roll
Very
a
dramatic.
charisma check. So
Very
let's just
good.
roll a d20. We need to get better than 12. No d6s. It's just a straight charisma. 13. We really like your emotional honesty. Yeah, you got it, girl. You're the best. Woo, we're super invested in this. All right, Veryl.
You know, for such a smart death witch, you'd think that you'd have figured out the secrets of the other side by now.
I mean, which one? There's like 14.
Oh, really?
All right, let's roll the performance check. We need to get better than 13. 2d6. Whoa! Yeah! Woo! That's a solid observation about cosmology. Woo! Yes. And we will hear more from them at the halftime show. Racers, on your march.
Get set.
Excellent.
Go! And with that, the racers begin to take off into the sky. Now, Michael Richardson, you are going to be piloting, so you will be given a check every round. Then Bricen will be given a check as other pilots attempt to sabotage you, and then there will also be other hazards. So as you take to the flight, you're dropping down, and you can see the thunder clouds in front of you. You see that's where the race is going. It's illuminated by magic. So what do you do?
I'd like to, considering this beast hasn't eaten in a while, I would like to ram the closest contestant and attempt to let it eat the driver and attempt to like overtake their distance.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Let's see what that would be. I'm going to say that is I'm going to say that's an intimidation check. So let's roll a d20 plus a 1d6. We need to get better than 12.
Does advantage on intimidation help with mine?
You don't have advantage yet.
What am I?
Oh, well, I've already added the 1d6 bonus to it.
Got it.
All right, so let's 1d20 plus 1d6. 16, yes. The vulture rock careens into a group of elves flying on a magic carpet and just starts devouring them and ripping the magic carpet apart.
You don't play with fire, me boys!
Speaking of fire, there appears beside you a massive rocket with several goblins strapped to it, and goblins attached to ropes dragging behind the rocket. The lead goblin kind of swings one of the ropes around with the goblin on it, catching on the fire exhaust of the rocket, and tosses it towards the ship. Bricen, this is up to you. What are you going to do?
You said there's several, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my exotic weapons and try to launch an attack against them.
All right,
Launch myself
very
at
well. Yes, you can make 2 simple attacks, so that is going to be 6d6. Let's roll 6d6. Whoa, yes. You land on top of the flying fiery goblin, and the momentum of your jump kind of pulls him back towards the rocket, and you just begin unleashing torrents of blows on all of the goblins, causing the rocket to explode as you jump back on to the desert rock. The goblins...
Nice moves, my boy. Nice moves.
With that, it's going to be an opponent's turn. So I am, you see another large iron rock flying through the sky, and you can see Breathmint is in the pilot's seat. He is going to attack. He's going to fire rockets from his ship. That's going to be a let's see. That's going to be a that's going to be a 1d8. So let's roll a 1d8. Oh, a 1! Oh, he fumbled. So that means you all can do something awesome. So you can make a free power attack, or you can make a free power heal for yourself. So you can attack Breathmint, or you can heal yourself.
Well, a heal's not going to help you too much right now because you can't go over 8, correct? Yeah, I think we then do a power attack against fucking Breathmint.
Yep. Yep.
Let's fucking kill that stupid bitch.
Let's go. He attacked us first anyways. It's
well,
time.
then each
Exactly.
of you are going to do a power attack. So that's going to be 3d6 for Michael Richardson and 5d6 for Bricen. We'll roll the damage, and then you tell me exactly how you attack Breathmint. 34 points of damage just ripping into him. All right. Michael Richardson, how did you attack Breathmint?
So I do a full like 180 twist and go like, we're like invert above him. And I just like pour a stream of daddy's juice, because we're a little bit ahead. Pour daddy's and just light the trail on fire, so fire just comes whipping into him, just liquid fire. And I just start screaming down like, "You're gonna meet your brother way sooner than you'd like, you bitch!"
I love it. Bricen, how do you attack?
I drop down next to Breath Mint, and I grab him. I just dangle him just a little bit over the edge, and then I let him dangle for a moment. He's just out of reach of that liquid fire, and I'm like, you can choose right now which way you want to go. I can either drop you or I can drop you into there.
Ooh, psychological damage. I love it. He pulls a cord and a tiny little propeller emerges out of his backpack, and he flies away as his ship explodes. You jump back onto the desert rock. All right, that would make it the next round. You made it through the thunder clouds. About half of the racers have crashed into the ground or have been destroyed by sabotage. You now see a swirling sandstorm and the magical path leading you towards it. Michael Richardson, you are still the pilot. What would you like to do?
Yeah, are any of the other flyers animals?
Yes, there are a group of ogres who have a enormous bird shark. So this is the largest shark bird you've ever seen. It's got 6 wings. It looks like a gigantic megalodon, just an enormous bird shark that they are piloting.
And would you say the megalodon looks happy to be ridden?
No, these definitely don't enjoy being domesticated.
Awesome. I'd like to fly up next to the megalodon and be like, "Hey, buddy, look, you deserve way better than this. If you fucking kill these guys right now, you could fly off and be free. Choose freedom. You don't deserve this horrible way of living. You're a free, giant, beautiful beast. Fuck those ogres, eat their asses and get out of here. Get out of here. Sand is bad for you. Get out of here."
Sand is bad. So yes, we are going to say that's going to be an animal handling check to pull that off. But because you're right, sand is bad and you are in the sandstorm currently, we're first going to roll a 1d4 to see if it heard you or not. So odd or even?
You know what? I'm going to stick with my even.
Okay. Oh, that's odd. What?
Could I use EP to make sure it hears me?
Yes, you can. That will be the 4 EP. That'll cost you 4 EP to do. So it did hear you. So let's roll the animal handling. That's 1d20 plus 1d6. It still kind of hears you. So I'm going to set this check at 16 or better. That's 22. It looks at you with its giant black soulless eyes, and it goes, "Rah!" And then it does like a barrel roll. It just starts doing tons of barrel rolls, throwing the ogres off of it as it breaks free of its binding and flies out of the sandstorm. It looks down at you and it goes, "You are good," and then it flies away.
You are too, buddy. I'll see you one day.
That would make it Bricen's turn. Bricen, now looking around, you can see that none of the pilots are really attacking you, because in the sandstorm are a ton of gargoyles. The gargoyles are flying around and they're just attacking everybody. So you can take this opportunity to sabotage another pilot, or you can defend against the gargoyles. What would you like to do?
I would like to sabotage.
Okay.
You said that there's some orcs on giant balloons, right?
Yes, there are orcs on balloons. They're basically holding these balloons and they're screaming at them, and through the power of sheer intimidation, the balloons are moving forward. It's a feat of psionic strength and intimidation.
Interesting. I would like to see if I could grab a gargoyle and try to chuck it into the balloon and pop it.
All right, I'm going to say this is a athletics check because you're using your strength to do that. But again, because we're in the sandstorm, we're gonna have to roll that 1d4 to see if you're not distracted by all the sand whipping around you. So odd or even?
Odd.
Okay. 1, yes, you grab a gargoyle by its horn, you kind of whip it into shape, and you start swinging it around. Let's roll that athletics check because you can see clearly through the storm. We're gonna set this check at 12, so 1d20 plus 1d6, and we're trying to beat 12. A not natural 20. You throw the gargoyle directly at the balloon. It pops the balloon, and the orc goes, "Ah!" But you see, right before he hits the bottom, he goes, "No!" And then he stops falling, and then he lands on his feet and kind of brushes himself off. Again, an impressive feat of intimidation and psionic willpower. He then gives you a salute like orcs would. You bested me, but I'll get you next time. All right, that would make it an opponent's turn. Bricen, odd or even?
We're gonna stick with that odd.
Okay. 4. As you emerge out of the sandstorm, there is a crackling thunderbolt that cuts through the sky as you see Breathmint. He has attached to his chest what looks like a massive magical device that just is allowing him to shoot electricity. He's just firing lightning bolts out of his chest. So let's roll a d8. Six. Oh, brutal. All right, that is going to, oh geez Louise, that, oh my gosh. Okay, so that beats Bricen by 5. So you can take a fuck ton of damage or have something really fucking bad happen.
Can I use some EP to lessen that?
You can drop it down to a beat by 3. It'll cost you 4 EP if you got it.
Let's do that.
Okay, then both of you were beat by 3. So that is a good amount of damage or something bad. Bricen, which would you prefer?
Give me some damage.
All right, the lightning bolt strikes you for 6 points of damage. You drop to your knees as you only have 1 hit point left. Michael Richardson, good amount of damage or something bad?
Give me the damage.
All right, yes. You're going to take 6 points of damage as the lightning bolt also strikes you for 6 points of damage.
Hell yeah. I'm on fire now, just cackling.
I love it. Breathmint is like, this is for toothpaste.
Toothpaste don't give a fuck because he's dead, you son of a bitch. There's a dead fucking little dwarf.
Gnomes don't die. We go to the great glittering castle in the sky.
Guess what? That castle's not real. None of it's real. When you die, you just die. You fucking become dust and you sit in the ground and maybe you become a tree if you're lucky, but you're in the desert. You might just be a fucking cactus, you stupid little fuck.
Fuck you, Michael Richardson! Meanwhile, back in the arena, the Thunder King steps forth. Now we reach the halftime, as our racers are the furthest from the arena. Once again, I give you the extremely talented and serious theatrical dramatic improvisers. Woo!
All right, Mildreth, have you saved up for those precious tears for me? I can't wait to make you cry again.
Now we need a suggestion from the audience.
Oh, I forgot they get suggestions.
Yeah. How about a serious topic? You know, just whatever that means to you. Let serious topic sit in your head.
Serious topic is metal conducts heat, and you're in the desert and it's hot.
Oh, these metallic outfits.
All right, Mildreth, start it off. How are you going to start this improv performance?
I don't understand a lot about performance, but I do understand that you should always put your strongest foot forward, and my strongest is Veryl. So I would like to just sort of like
no, Mildreth.
I can't.
You know, yes, you can. You know what serious topic you really need to talk about.
What?
Well, you know what we need to talk about, Mildreth? We need to talk about your grades.
What? No, we don't. We don't need to talk about that.
You're my favorite pupil, Mildreth. You've nearly risen to the top of your class in ghost pet divination.
It's true.
All right, let's roll a performance check for Veryl. So that'll be a d20 plus 2d6, and we're trying to beat 16 as Veryl jumped the scene. 12. Ooh.
I would like to use some EP to boost that, please.
All right, yes, you can use 4 EP to make it into a success.
Okie dokie. That's what I'm here for, to just burn the magic and make you look good.
Right, this might be a bit too heavy for the situation. But we're still invested. All right, Mildreth, now it's your turn.
Okay, you guys want to talk about a serious topic? How about who takes over for the king? Broadly speaking, and kings are really just sort of a metaphor for fathers, aren't they? Or really just heads of households, if we're going to be more, gender neutral about it. So, Veryl, how do you feel? Who do you think should take over for the head of your household?
Ooh, all right. This is going to be a charisma check on Mildreth's part. Let's set the check at 16. So 1d20, and we're trying to get 16. 17, just barely. Yeah, who needs kings anyway?
Well, it's more like, it's just that elves live so God's down long that we just keep having sometimes we have children, and then there's just a very big family, and then after a while you have your own province and everyone's related. It's disgusting. And then of course, someone has to eventually my father is going to get bored of the upkeep of the estate and in the province, and people are voting for things now. It's my cousins and my third cousins and my fourth cousin.
But how do you feel, Veryl?
I just, if we're being honest, Mildreth, I don't give a single griffin's shit about my estate or being in charge. It's just that.
Yeah! Woo! We love
Yes!
this! All right, let's roll. We need a 12 or better. D20 plus 2d6. 17. The crowd erupts into thunderous applause.
That was beautiful, Veryl.
There's so much more to unpack, but it's too complicated.
Save it for the finale.
Okay.
The two of you bow and you make your way backstage, but you see the Thunder King glowering at you. What was that about? Kings and not needing responsibility.
I thought this was an edgy,
open. I'm more of a freelancer now. I've been doing my own thing.
Yeah.
The only reason I ever wanted to be king of my family was...
I'm not talking about you, you idiots. He then pulls the curtain and you hear the audience go, down with the king!
Ah.
Down with the king!
Down with the king. He closes his curtain. He's like, that final performance better be pro-monarchy, or I'm throwing you off of this dirigible myself.
So mainstream.
Oh, so mainstream.
I know we're trying to get general appeal. I'm not playing to those underground numbskulls no more. Meanwhile, as the desert rock careens around a giant mesa, you now see in the distance, you can see the dirigible itself. There are just a few pilots left, probably about 6, and it's pretty much just a straight shot, except there are rings of fire all throughout. You can see that the magical path has you going through each one, so this is actually going to be a very difficult place to navigate all kinds of dangers in this section. Michael Richardson, what do you do?
I'd like to first just throw one of the 2 bottles of daddy's juice that I have on me to my friend. Just toss it and just yell back, do what you have to do, go big or go home. And then am I leading the pack of 6?
Yes, right now you're in the lead.
Fantastic. So as we go into the first circle of fire, I would like to place a cloth into the second bottle, light that on fire, and then throw it up so it hits the top of the flame, creating just a vortex of fire that is basically impossible to get through behind me.
I'm gonna say this is your cool ability, so let's roll a d20. $16, yes. You create that daddy cough cocktail, and it explodes, creating a literal elemental portal to the elemental plane of fire, and it just starts absorbing. Let's roll a d6. Six. It absorbs all six of the pilots, including yourself. So all of you are teleported to the elemental plane of fire.
Awesome.
You can see there is a portal. You're all thrown around because suddenly you're going from flying through the desert air to literally flying through fire. So each of you are you can feel the intense heat. Some of the other ships explode immediately as they enter, and you now have to make it back to the portal before the portal closes. Bricen, it is your turn. So yeah, you can try and get because the desert rock is immediately bursting into flame. It's not doing well in this at all. It's just on fire and stuff. You can kind of help get it back on track, or you can attempt to sabotage another pilot, or you can do something else. How are you going to get out of this situation?
Voice in the Sky, I have a quick question about the rules of this race. What if I was to commandeer someone else's vehicle, and if I flew that back, do I still win the race even though I'm using someone else's vehicle?
It is whichever pilot wins, not whichever vessel wins.
Okay. So then I would like to look around for the least damaged one, and I'm just gonna kindly knock everyone else off of it.
Yes. There was a group of crazy genies, fire genies, who were atop a phoenix. They seem to be doing perfectly fine. They were confused by the portal, it's thrown them for a loop, but they're not taking any damage. So you jump onto the phoenix, and I'm going to say this is, are you going to physically remove them, or are you going to intimidate them off of the...
Physically.
All right, physically. Then I'm going to say this is an athletics check. Let's roll a d20 plus 2d6 because of your epic weapon.
25. Yes, you just grab one of the genies and you throw him into the other two. They tumble off of the phoenix and tumble down into the molten fire of the fire plane. The phoenix resists you for a little bit, but you grab its reins and you begin flying it towards the desert rock. The two collide together, and the desert rock is reborn as a firebird. Now having the power of a phoenix, it can resist the flames of this elemental plane. It's now gotten its bearings, and it's barreling down back towards the portal to make it back into your plane of reality. Let's roll a 1d4. Bricen, odd or even?
Odd.
Odd. All right. 3, that's odd. You manage to make it through, and you see barreling behind you, shooting lightning bolts, is a burning on fire breathmint. He goes, ah! But the portal closes right before he makes it through, so breathmint is trapped in the elemental plane of fire. You have successfully defeated your rival. Huzzah! The firebird adjusts and corrects itself to the new, the returning back to the material plane, and as it begins to make its way to the final, the final landing at the Thunderdome itself. Without any other combatants or racers, you take your time. This isn't a timed race. You don't have to. You can just go and you land at the finish line. There are fireworks lighting off around you. Everyone's celebrating, but everybody's also chanting, down with the monarchy. Down with the monarchy! Down with the monarchy!
Where did Michael go? Did I lose Michael? Wait, where'd he go?
No, Michael was on the he was on the desert rock when it turned into the fire.
Okay.
He's still there.
Okay, good.
Oh, got it. I thought I was on I also thought I was on a different bird. I was like, did I fucking get out of this?
No, the two collided into each other and they fused together.
Oh, and they got it. Now I understand.
Now it's a firebird. It's not a phoenix, it's a firebird.
Fuck
It's a
yeah.
completely different magical animal. All right.
They're chanting down with the monarchy?
They're chanting down with the monarchy as Mildreth and Veryl take the stage for their last performance. The Thunder King shakes his fist. It better be pro-monarchy. All right. Veryl, what do you do?
Okay. Well, I want to ask the voice in the sky about my what I have a special weapon, right? I have a
Yes, you have an epic weapon, so it gives you
epic
bonuses
weapon
to your checks and it gives you bonuses to your attacks.
Okay, and can I use it in this scenario at all?
You have been. All of your performance checks have been giving you 2d6 because I've been applying the epic weapon bonus to it. But you can use it for persuasion. You can use it for any of the checks you have. So let's check your skills real quick and see what you have. You have acrobatics, athletics, intimidation, nature, and performance. So you can add an additional 1d6 to any of those.
Okay, good. I don't know if I'm going to, I guess I'm going to continue to use performance.
All right.
And I'm going to, wait, no, we're not doing the monologue. This is Mildreth, it's time that you say what's in your heart. It's time that you come to terms with what is going on in you. You need to dig deep, sister, and you need to find your self-worth. What makes you such a great divinator and necromancer, Mildreth? Is it a letter grade?
It's not. I'm not good at this. I try really hard because I suck. They gave me 3 B minuses and a C and a B, but those just cancel each other out, so it's 3 B minuses. And if I can't impress the stuffy old college people and the
Oh, oh,
good for?
oh.
All right, let's roll
Ah.
that performance check for Veryl. That'll be a d20 plus 2d6. We'll set this check at 16. 16 on the dot. That's an allegory for how we feel about the way the king's been running this country. Yeah!
Oh,
It's a B-. We don't like this. Woo! Down with the monarchy. You see the Thunder King from behind the stage. His eyes are crackling with thunder energy. He's getting angrier and angrier. All right, Mildreth, that'll make it your turn. What do you do?
I'm really tired of everybody looking at what I do and deciding whether it's good or not, or useful or not, or an A or not. And you know what? I like it. I think it's useful. So
I think so too.
I
And
would like
as
to
Oh,
summon
yes.
the ghost of the king's childhood pet.
Okay, let's roll
Oh.
an Arcana check. We'll
That's
set
going to
this
be
check
good.
at, because you don't know anything about the king. You don't even know if he has an ancient pet. But let's roll it. We're going to set this check at 18, but you get 2d6 on account of your magic wand.
That was very good, Mildred.
15.
I'm gonna use my EP. Everybody had a thing that they loved when they were little that's dead now, and I'm gonna bring his
Very true. Very true.
here.
All right,
now.
using 4 EP, you summon from the very depths of the ethereal plane, the sapphire sphere on the trophy kind of topples off, and it cracks open, and reveals a giant blue dragon ghost that drops down in front of everybody, and it shoots lightning out of its mouth.
I just motion towards the king and I say to the ghost, I think he needs a hug.
Come here, little guy. And the ghost dragon picks up the king. No, no! But because he's a ghost, if he touches anything, he inflicts necrotic damage to it. So the king immediately dies. And the crowd goes, yeah!
Oh, wow.
The king's lifeless body drops onto the ground as the dragon turns back to you. His ghostly form appears atop of the dragon's head, standing on his horn. He's much younger now, probably a thunder prince. And he goes, I feel a lot better now. I'm reunited with my good friend. Thank you. You have freed me of my malice and reunited me with my friend who I will spend eternity with. I say to you, you are the true kings of thunder. And then he fades away.
Wow.
Incredible show.
Mildred.
Incredible show.
That was amazing.
Mildred, that was
No idea the
very
context.
dramatic.
You think I could get the audience to write me a reference for my professors of how good I did?
Wait, did you straight up kill our king?
Yep.
Get her!
Whoa, I thought you didn't like the king. I thought you didn't
Well,
like
actually,
monarchs.
I believe, audience, I believe that your king anointed those two as the kings of thunder. So technically, they're now your king and queen.
That's a very good point. Down with the monarchy!
There
And
it
the
is.
whole audience begins surging towards the stage.
Oh my God.
Brycen, what do you do?
You know what? I'm just gonna enjoy that beautiful bottle I've just been given.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see if I can, destroy the space in front of us, create enough damage that way we can just, make a little bit of an escape.
Yeah. Well, Daddy's Juice is a magic item. When Michael Richardson uses it, it's a cool ability, but when you use it, it's a magic item. So let's roll a d4 and tell me odd or even.
Odd.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you down the Daddy's Juice, and you're drunk as shit. This hit you real hard, and you let out a huge belch. And the belch is so loud that it destroys the structure of the dirigible itself. Like it just rips through the metal, like an explosion, and the whole arena bursts. And the four of you, along with everyone else in the arena, begin tumbling down to the earth below. But the Firebird grabs onto the four of you and flies you back, flying you all the way to Oakvale, where it drops you off.
Can I say I grabbed the blue orb before we left?
Yes, you can.
He got half of it and I got the other half, and now we're arguing over who actually got it.
Oh, I love
Pretty
that.
sure I grabbed it first. I'm just saying.
But you only grabbed half of it, and if I hadn't grabbed the other half, then it wouldn't actually be the orb, would it?
I mean, it wouldn't have been in half if it wasn't for the fact that you caused a complete riot and it caused it to break. So I technically got it.
I was trying to heal his inner child, okay?
By summoning a dead fucking animal? That's not going to heal anyone's inner child.
Oh, she did more than to heal in her child. She uprooted a horrible monarchy, and she gave the people what they wanted. She dug deep, and she did a great performance. And I think Mildreth, for what it's worth, I don't think, like I said, I don't think you need a letter grade.
But if you had to give me one, it would be
A+.
How did A+?
I would.
We did
Yeah,
so good.
I'd give you the same grade as the city, and I just turn around as the city is burning and falling and blowing up in the sky. That's my grade. We
survived. We did so good.
Well, because
We're
school
friends.
is stupid. It's an archaic institution. I think that now that you're the queen of a province, you should just go and write yourself your own recommendation to those stuffy professors.
That's a good point. You're the queen of a now defunct civilization that's burnt to a crisp.
Perfect. There's a lot of dead people you could be rising.
With that, the patron who hired you steps out of the Broken Tankard Tavern. It's a small gnome draped in many robes. Were you able to get me the orb?
Oh, it broke.
You hand him the two pieces of the orb. He immediately transforms into a blue dragon. You destroyed my ancestral egg! What will happen next? Will the cool adventurers be able to survive this blue dragon that they managed to encounter at the very end because it was hidden behind a MacGuffin quest? Will Michael Richardson and Mildreth continue this will they, won't they relationship that just kind of developed? Will Veryl ever be able to confront his daddy issues with or without daddy juice? And can we all agree that Brendan Freyshark was the best part of that episode? All of these questions and more to be answered next time on Hazards and Hijinks. Wow, what a great adventure. Now, I told the team before that I wasn't going to put all of the objectives right before them. They had to find them, and they did. They managed to succeed at the race. So they're each going to earn a level achievement for that. And I put the blue dragon behind the egg. So they brought the egg back. They managed to remember to bring that back. Good on you, Michael Richardson, for remembering that right at the very end, which enabled you to encounter the blue dragon. So you achieved that one as well, which means each of you got 3 level achievements. Some of you leveled, some of you did not. But that's the exciting thing that happens here at Hazards and Hijinks. Whoa! What a yes, I would say an A+ for everyone.
An A for anarchy.
An A for anarchy, yes, which is something we definitely support here at Hazards and Hijinks. If you enjoyed this show, please like, subscribe, follow. We have custom emotes now, so you can do that from subscribing to us. Like we said in the chat, join our Patreon, and this month you will get a recipe for Daddy's Juice. It's going to be a cocktail that's going to be really strong, so that's exciting. Got exclusive content over there on our Patreon. Be sure to follow our social medias, our Twitters and our Instagrams for more content, because we have a show next week. That's absolutely right, we do. Next week starts off spooky season, and we are diving deep into the Shadowfell. We will be doing horror themed sessions every week for all of October, so be sure to check those out. That's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of horror. But I'm not going to end the show promoting what's coming next week. No, I'm going to end the show as I always do, with a hearty huzzah, and join along. It should be fun. 3, 2, 1, huzzah! Oh, so many dead gnomes.
He has a
They lived on a metal ship in the middle of a desert. Like, come on.
Literally what you get.
Be fair.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Bunch of carnies.
Super mainstream carnies too. The
Mainstream
worst.
carnies. It's like Google. They all live there. Ugh.
Welcome
They
back,
somehow
Michael Richardson.
corporatized a circus. It's terrible.
Corporatized. I know. Well, there was no combat, was there?
For us.
Not for us.
I think somebody else
You
did.
could
It's
have
emotional
done
combat.
combat. You could have jumped off the stage and just started attacking people. That would have been fine too.
I liked what we were doing.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
But yeah, there's always
we
the option. There's
dug
always the
deep.
option to just attack people.
We dug deep. I like that I tried to get Mildred to talk about her problems, so then she fought back by getting me to talk about my problems. That was good.
That was
You talk about your problems.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Hasta luego.